Hi everyone! Today Matilda is going to demonstrate how to make a super easy recipe to make your own bread at home that doesn't require any kneading. So it's a simple recipe that's fun, but it does take a while. We'll have to be patient, but it'll be worth it. So here's the ingredients. First we need to put 3 cups, so we use the 1 cup measure of flour. Now the ingredients have to be exact because we're putting an exact amount of yeast. And for some recipes it doesn't really matter, but mostly when you're doing baking, ingredients have to be exact. And especially for bread, anything that uses yeast. So that's 1 cup. Regular unbleached flour. Works perfectly. It doesn't matter, Matilda, because the water will go in anyway. That's 2 cups. Three cups of flour. There we go. Now that we've put in our 3 cups of flour, we need to put 1 3/4 teaspoons of salt. So 1 teaspoon plus 3 times 1/4. So first we'll put the big teaspoon of salt. Yeah, just open it up, Matilda. It'll be easier if you take the... Oh, it doesn't come off. Does it? It does, yeah. There we go. Teaspoon of salt in. Good job. So 1 of the big teaspoons goes in the pot, and 3 times 1/4 teaspoon, the little guy. That's the littlest measuring spoon. 1, you can come closer. 2, and 3. Next ingredient, and the very important ingredient, is the yeast. And you will need this instant, fast-acting, rapid rise type yeast. And we put 1/2 teaspoon of the yeast, which has to be full. I think we'll have to maybe tilt it. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter if we get it on the counter. We'll clean it up after. There we go. Put that in the pot. And then we'll have to find something, which we forgot to take out. There we go. Let's use our handy dandy tulip spatula to mix all our ingredients together. And then we'll add our water, which is 1 1/2 cups. Again, all measures need to be exact. 1 1/2 cups of water will go in the pot. And that's it. That's all the ingredients that go in our bread. But before we bake it, we'll put a little bit of olive oil and salt on top because yum. All right, so we'll mix that all up. Make sure that we get everything nice and wet into a ball, which we'll cover with some saran wrap, plastic film, and then we'll just forget about it for 12 to 18 hours. So we're going to go to bed, wake up in the morning, and see what this looks like in the morning, what's happened with the yeast. Okay, well done, Matilda. Okay, so once the ingredients are mixed in, that's kind of like what it looks like. And then we'll just cover with saran wrap and let it go to bed. And we'll see what it looks like when it wakes up tomorrow morning. So our bread had a chance to rise, and this is what it looks like now. Now it may be more or less risen. If it hasn't rised, make sure you didn't put it in the fridge by mistake. We've done that once. Yeast likes room temperature, so you have to make sure you let it rise at room temperature. So first thing we're going to do is start our oven at 450 degrees and let it warm up. Next step is to take your dough and pour it onto a very floured surface, as Matilda will demonstrate now. And so you pour it out, and you have to get your hands in there to get it done stick. Right, fun. So you pour it out to your floured surface, and you make a ball with it, Matilda, so it looks like a nice piece of bread. Super, that looks great. A nice ball, and then Matilda put some plastic on it to make sure the surface doesn't dry up. In the meantime, you can just leave it there on the board and cover it with plastic. All right. In the meantime, we will take our cast iron pot, empty cast iron pot, and put it inside the oven. Matilda, can you come open the oven door for me, please? Now, we're supposed to wait till the oven's at 450, but we're just going to put it right now. And you can close the door. And when the oven reaches 450, it needs to stay in there for 30 minutes. So we're going to set it for 30 minutes. But remember, you have to wait for your oven to reach 450. We're jumping the gun a bit here. There we go. So our pot is nice and warm. And we'll take it out of the oven. You have to ask a parent to do this. It's very hot. And then drop the bread into the warm pot without touching the sides because it's very warm. Come here and film on top, Matilda. Because the next step is our personal step in our family. We like to add a spray of olive oil on top and a sprinkle of coarse salt. That way, when we eat it, we don't even put anything on it. We just eat it as is. Okay, Matilda, I'm going to put it back in the oven now. Put the pot back on. There we go. Back in the oven. All right. And this needs to cook with the lid on for 30 minutes. So back at 450. For 30 minutes. So after the 30 minutes, all you have to do is open the oven, take the lid off, and set the timer for another 15 minutes. And that's it. Our bread is ready. Let's take it out and see what it looks like. Oh, wow. Look at this. Yum, yum. Yummy homemade bread. Take it out and put it on a rack. That's it. So this is it, guys. Go ahead and dig in and let me know what you think of our homemade bread. What do you think?
It's delicious.
So if your supermarket runs out of bread, don't worry, we've got you covered at Bradley Bear Cooking Classes. Now you can make your own. This bread takes about 18 hours to make, but you can eat it in about 5 minutes. Over and out.